getting one of those. Did you print it?
No, that's
It's here. Oh, good. I saw that and I'm like, ooh, I want one. But I don't. Oh, but I don't have pictures.
Is that one called Vision of Oldsmar?
This one?
No, so this one.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't have the. Oh,
Just
okay.
a-
It's just not in this.
It's not in oil paper.
what are you looking for?
Oh, okay, so this goes like this.
I just need to.
I wanted to send this to Noel. Picture. Because that's Noel's part. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was not. I think it was not.
Oh, I wish it was separate. That's okay. Okay. Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We're waiting on one more, right?
I brought a sweater this time. It was so cold in here last time.
Did we hear from Judith? Oh, there she is. Here. Yay! There she is. Speaking of the devil. Hello. Oh. Glad you're here.
Okay. We're all here. We have a quorum. So I'd like to call the meeting to order. We need to do the Pledge of Allegiance. All join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are lucky tonight to have three of the Oldsmar leaders with us tonight. Gavin, Gabrielle, and Riley. We were wondering if you'd like to just step up to the podium very quickly. Just tell us your name and kind of why you're interested in the public arts program. Very simple. How about you, Gavin?
Alright, so my name is Gavin, and I'm interested because I have my own business. I'm a clothing brand owner. So I just want to know more about basically being a leader and getting to know what there is to know about my city.
Very nice.
Very nice. How about you, Riley?
Hi, my name is Riley, and I just want to learn more about being a leader, like what he said, because I want to be like a CEO of my own company when I get older.
Oh, best of
Great.
luck.
Nice.
Gabrielle?
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Gabrielle, and basically just branching off what both of them said, I just want to know more about my city, and I do want to be a leader one day, management a program maybe.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for being
Yay,
here.
thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. There's no one else, I believe, in the thing that we have to acknowledge. So, next thing on the agenda is we have to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Do we have a motion to go ahead and approve those?
So moved.
Yes? And a second?
I'll second.
Okay, so motion is approved.
You have to vote, don't you?
So these are the meetings that we had
Well, we have
last
to
time.
vote. We have to vote, Michael.
We reunited, so we have to approve them every time we get there.
Yes, I'll vote. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Okay, motion passes. And now we have to give consideration for the excused absences. Let's start with Chris. Do I have a motion to excuse?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
A second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion approved. And the second one is consideration of the excused absence of Judith Woodward.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay. The next item on the agenda is the report on the Sheffield Park mural by Kalinda.
Okay, so I have been in contact with Noelle for a while now. I did not realize when we had talked about this that she had moved to Massachusetts with the, what's going on in the arts in Pinellas County. She got a job up in some little town outside Boston. Anyhow, but she's still interested in either a touch-up and or a restoration, all right? Now, we talked about 3 different ways, because when she first she did send me some prices, and with the travel budget and everything else, I didn't even want to show them to you guys, because I told her, I said, I wouldn't even vote for this. I said, so let's come up with something that works, right? So right now, we're working on, we got a really good price on the paint, because I used my discount with Providence Painting. And the most expensive one is gonna be if it's a full restoration, okay? Now, if it's a full restoration, it's a lot of work. It's painting the whole thing over again. Which one is the art restorer?
Me.
You're the art.
Yes.
Okay. I told her about you.
Okay.
And also time frame is, she has to do it in breaks of school because she is an art teacher. So she's an art teacher and she does art on her, for her art business. So the time frames that she's available, if we can come up with prices, are December break, February break, okay? She'd only be able to do a touch-up December break. February, we'd be able to do more of a full restoration if we can get the prices down. That would also give her more time, if we put it to February, for her to get a better price on airfare, okay? Because right now, her travel budget's like $2,000, and I'm like, this is not gonna work. That's not even counting the restoration. So we worked out that she's gonna stay with a host, and so she won't have to pay for an Airbnb, but she'll still need to get a rental car and her labor, okay? Now, she knows that she has me for free, but still, it's a couple $1,000. So it was like, to do the full restoration, it was over $6,000, and I told her, I said, we can't afford that. So I asked her to do this. I said, okay, so now that I know that we're gonna have to see how we can cut this amount down so that we can afford to do it, she's gonna work on 3 different scenarios. The one scenario that would cost the most, after we figure out discounts on flights and discounts on having a host to stay with and no Airbnb and everything, would be February full restoration with me helping. And I said, we've got somebody, I said, she might help too.
Yeah, of
Other
course.
people on the board, we all might come and help you, for free. Okay, so that's gonna be the most expensive one, if we can get that price down enough. The second level is gonna be if she does the touch-up, she comes down and she has another friend, Sarah, who was the assistant artist on the original one, help her, but then we would be paying Sarah as well. That's gonna be the second tier price. The third tier price is gonna be Noelle being a consultant over the phone, Sarah being the lead artist, and and me being the secondary. So then we would be paying Sarah the paint and consulting fee for Noelle, because we'll be sending videos and, showing her progress and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I'm sorry that I don't have all of this for you right now. I just went and did the videos and everything on Sunday, so it's really my fault. It's not her fault. But I will have it for sure by the next time, and I will send it all to you, so then you can send it out. Is that what you'd want me to do, Joan?
Send it to Jen.
Send it, okay. So, once we figure out what the three prices are gonna be, and I wanted to get a little bit of input from y'all, like, would you guys be willing to help to get the price down? Yeah, and like, I have no idea, you would have a better idea of what a price would be, because she's never done a restoration of one of her murals. Oh, and another thing, she is over the moon that we have called her and asked her to do this because of all the art that's being painted over. We're the only city that wants to restore the art, well, probably not the only city, but we're the city that, you know, she did it for. So she's just very, very honored and happy, and she is willing to do the third tier if that's what happens. If it is that Sarah's gonna be lead artist, I'll be helping, and she's consulting. Like, what, with you got, what, you even might know, Barbara, what is a budget for that? Like, what would, something, like, I have no idea, because I've never done it.
No.
And she's never done a restoration, so honestly, she's not sure.
In my experience, a restoration at the level of where that artwork is as expensive as starting at the very beginning and
That's what she
going
said.
through the whole process. So I think based on what you're sharing, one of the decisions that needs to be made is it, is the idea to, do we have an idea to open it up and let somebody else paint a mural and have a new mural, or are we absolutely committed to that design, you know, for another number of years?
Okay, and
I'd say the way that we do our estimates is by hour. So I don't know if she calculated like the cost when she originally did it by the hours of work plus supplies. Most of the time when we do restorations, it is a bit lower than if you were commissioning somebody new. But I think it would be better to have the original artist have input, because like we could do something like that, but it wouldn't be like original anymore, you know?
right, what y'all
Now, did
think?
Sarah work with her?
Oh, Sarah was the assistant artist.
On the
And she
original.
lives here, she's local.
Yeah, I kind of like option 3, but what about the cracks? Did you get any feeling?
Okay, the cracks are fixed, but I'm gonna ask Parks and Rec to fill in a couple divots, because they fixed them all, but some of them were, I've got pictures. You
I say,
prob-
I saw it the other weekend, and it looked like, yeah, they filled a lot of it,
They
but
filled all the cracks, but there's, where they filled it, if it was a deep depression, the asphalt went down, and now we have divots where rain will
Yeah.
accumulate in those divots and make another crack. So I was gonna ask Felicia, or someone put a request out that they just go out there with some more asphalt and just, it's not bad. I mean, it takes a
Level
couple
it.
hours at the most, but they did a pretty good job of the cracks, and they're about that, wide. So all that obviously would have to be repainted completely. Yeah, so that, I'm not worried, they did good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so the cracks are fine.
What about the
But it's
sealant?
dull. It's dull. It's Pro Park Sherwin-Williams traffic paint, which doesn't require sealer. Yeah, the ones at RE Olds has graffiti-proof, clear polyurethane, I mean, the Mac Daddy sealer, because they're vertical as opposed to horizontal. And if you put any kind of sealer on a horizontal surface, then you really have to worry about people slipping, falling, and suing, getting hurt and suing and everything. So, and it's Pro Park traffic paint. It's made for that. So there's no sealer on it.
Did she give you any idea, if we do decide to restore it or do it again, paint it again, as to how long it would last?
Well, this one's it's been 7 years now, and she did say that, I mean, she said that's pretty good for something on the, you know, Barbara, you've seen them, for something on a pavement that people ride bikes over, because there's scuff marks and stuff from bikes and skateboards and stuff, that it's held up. She was really happy to see the video and the pictures, because it's held up better than she thought that it was gonna hold up. So I would say another 7 years.
So you think you'll have all of the
Oh, I'll definitely
the
have it,
information
because we've
data.
been in constant contact since I've sent her the picture. And again, please forgive her, it was me, I was out of town, I just got her the photos and the video and everything, and we've been going back and forth with Sherwin and with, you know, with Sarah and everything else to come up with what we came up with today. And then, right as I was getting ready to come here, she calls me again, I said, okay. In fact, let's see, make sure, I said, text me all this so I remember. So let me see if I covered everything that we talked about. Let's see, give me a second. She was Noelle Stillman. Okay. Currently negotiating travel schedule and touch-up versus restoration budgets. At the time, we did not realize Noelle had relocated. I already told you that. We want to ensure her availability. Estimates for both touch-up and restoration. We are currently working to navigate timeframes and budgets between a December touch-up, a February install, or Noel acting as a consultant with Sarah Martin as the local artist to facilitate the touch-up. And then also, I told her she has me the whole week, because we're thinking it's gonna take about a week. And she also has to consider rain days. And since she's traveling, she has to consider rain days. So if she does come down and she schedules 5 days, she really should have a couple days, you know. So it's all in the works. And she also said that, and I completely agree with her, that wait until this hurricane season is over. So waiting until December or February is not a bad idea for that purpose. Because if we're gonna spend the money and have it all done nice and fresh and everything, we want it to last a good 7 years.
Sure.
So,
Do you know if Sarah has done any other types of mural or artwork?
that's a good question, I'll find out. I mean, she's a local artist, so I would assume so.
Okay.
And I remember working with her, but I didn't get to know her like I got to know Noelle, because on the project, it was Noelle 100% of the time, me 50% of the time, Sarah 50% of the time, so I didn't get to know her as a friend like I'm friends with Noelle. So, yeah.
So Mike, if you will, I think we're going to have a theme at this meeting about how long art lasts, about temporary art versus permanent art. Creative Pinellas, and I get this from a lot of muralists, you sort of expect 3 to 5 years from a mural. And when people commission a mural and when they paint a mural, the idea always is it's temporary. So I think maybe we could be helpful, and I don't know that we can decide it just about this project, but I think we could be helpful if we start to define how long we want something to last, and then at what point it really stops being a forward-looking project to redo it or restore it, and instead is just sort of maybe getting us to the status quo, but closing doors on other things that we might want to do. So I would like to have that discussion prior, if we can, if the agenda allows, prior to voting on what we want to do with these things, these
Well, we
projects.
won't vote until
Well, we're
the
not
next-
gonna vote on this one tonight, because we're not
Yeah.
ready.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna vote tonight anyway, yeah. And remember that we're already decommissioning
Right,
the other murals.
right.
So
And,
we have to be careful we don't decommission all of our work.
no, but we have a proposal for another restoration.
Yes.
And in the public maintenance plan, one of the
Okay.
things what we want
So
to talk
basically, we're
about
gonna
with
wait until
maintenance.
you have all of the
Yes.
information, and then we'll decide next meeting.
Yeah, so prior to the next meeting, I will have all 3 levels of price and what, you know, what is gonna, the scope of work and the price, scope of work and price, scope of work and price, time frame and everything else. And then we can all get it emailed, and then we'll know what we're voting on when we come back for the next meeting, which is in plenty of time, because let's see, we're September, so October, November. So it'll be November that we vote on it, and the earliest it's gonna be done is, and, you know, some December break, and more than likely February. So it's good timing.
And Sarah would be available in December?
Both. Sarah's available both.
Okay,
Yeah, we've already confirmed that.
okay.
If
Very
we do-
good. We all-
If we do have time before the next meeting, does anyone know of anyone that lives in that neighborhood?
I know a lot of people
You do?
that live in
Okay.
that neighborhood, yeah.
I mean, are they, it's been there for a while, so that you do become attached to it. But is there any interest at all in creating a new one that the community can assist with?
Well, I can tell you that when they rated all of the art, I don't remember where it ranked, but it ranked high. Do you remember, Joan?
What, I'm
When we
sorry.
had the survey where we sent it out to the community and they ranked what pieces of art they liked the best, Native Balance came in the top 3. I mean, it was,
Honestly, I think that was before me, so I'm not sure.
I'll go back and look and I'll have that answer for you because they did a survey to the community and they asked everybody in the community what their favorite piece of art was. And I was real happy to see that that came in very high. A lot of people
Well, it
liked
gets
it.
a lot of visibility.
Yeah.
You know, you have the sports teams there, you have the park, you have
Yes.
the bikers, you have
Yes.
the walkers.
And that to me that would answer your question, I think, if you knew.
Just gauging, giving us some more information to see, if in the opposite fluctuation of murals going away, new murals happening. I've got people coming together to create a new one, or coming together to restore this one, so.
Well, I know that Erica and I live in the neighborhood right by there, and you said you remembered when they first put it there, right? Yeah. And the community was a part of it, or?
I don't
Okay.
remember so much, but I know there's always people in that park.
Yeah.
So and it's right, at the entrance to the park, so people
Right,
see it all the
right.
time.
Community was involved, but not in the actual painting. Community was involved in the actual painting on Ari Olds, but honestly, when you have a artist vision of something.
Right.
We had to repaint a lot of I mean, no offense. We had to clean lines up and everything else, so that actually takes longer.
Right.
Yeah, I would suggest that that would be a great idea for a new project where the artist knows, excuse me, that this is a new project and this is gonna be community involvement, so make sure that you have that in your scope, that the community is gonna be involved. Because it was, we had that with
Right.
Ari Olds and it was, But it's a good idea. I like having the community involved. They loved it. They loved doing it. It just stretched out the job.
Are we all set? Any other comments? No? So we'll move on to item 5, which is the report on the Tico Hall painting restoration. And we have this,
Yes, everybody should have a packet. My colleague and I were able to go by and take a closer look at it. It's in pretty poor condition. I know it had previous restoration done to it, and I wouldn't say that it was meant to last too long from the work that they did. It's not a typical canvas with oil paint on it. It's actually paper mounted onto board. And what's happening is that the paper's separating from the board. That's what the bubbles are. But to the touch, it's not very flexible. It's very hard. So I don't think it would be very easy to remove it and then to re-adhere to a new board, or, because that would be the method that we would do, is to do a relining. And there's a lot of risk involved with that because of the condition it's in. It's already super cracked. I do think it could be done, but that's what the first restoration option is on your sheet. And it would cost more than the second option, which would be a digital restoration, where we can do a digital capture on site. And then we can do a digital restoration through Photoshop, make it look like how it was originally supposed to. And then we could do a new reprinting and then stretch it onto actual canvas to give it the look I'm assuming it was intended to have. Put bracer bars on the back because it's super long. And then, re-hang it up how it is. But the way that it's framed too, I don't know if you know who originally installed it, but I attempted to take it off the wall, but it's actually completely screwed in from the outside of the frame straight into the wall. So it can't be taken off, so I can't quite see exactly how the back looks. But from what I can see from the front, it seems like, it's a big, long board. There's supports between the frame and then the wall, so it's like a really long screw drilled all the way through the frame, through like a 2x4, and then into the wall. So it'll be a challenge to get it off in the first place. But my recommendation, because of the condition it's already in, would to do option 2. I know that that wouldn't keep it
Digital
original
capture,
anymore, yeah, but that way everybody in there can still enjoy it how it's supposed to look. Because I worry about restoring it over and over. You can only do it so many times. So that's what I found.
And how long do you think that this would last if we did it?
If we did the physical restoration
No,
again.
no, the digital.
The digital, because of where it is, there's not too much light in there. What we can offer, because we do have UV protectant glass and acrylic, which is what I would recommend because it wouldn't be as heavy. And that should keep it safe for several years, at least 10 years. And then because we would have a digital copy, in the case it faded, we can print a new one. So you could replace it as many times as you needed to.
Would it be at that price each time to replace it,
I would say so, yeah.
or a little bit less since they'll have already the digital restoration?
Oh, right, you're
Done.
right. So yes, I would say it would probably at least be cut in half then, because
Cut
we would
in
already
half.
have the capture and then the file. So it really would just be the cost of printing and assembling it, so.
Is this price driven by the size? I know you said it's very large.
Yeah, so this includes the cost for the restoration, for the pickup, the capture, and installing it back. Because we would have to rent a box truck, because it's 28 feet long. So that's the total price for everything. And then our process is typically, once we have it approved, it takes us about 4 to 6 weeks to complete, and then we would reinstall.
Would this committee be interested at all in looking at duplicating that and following that process, but changing the size? So that I think the price would go down significantly.
It would.
And we'd still have the artwork. People could still, enjoy it, but maybe it's just not quite that,
What do you
not
mean
the same
changing?
size.
Do you mean just,
Shrink it down.
Well-
I mean, in that sense, we would then lose the frame too. I was thinking that if we reprint the same size, we could put it back in the original frame. But yeah, if you're not attached to that, then we could print it at any size.
I mean, is that something we want to entertain? Because I think
That would lower the cost by a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Money, I
think
I
that would
like that
help.
idea.
And still maintain being able to see it and have it be part of the
Yeah.
public record.
Yeah,
Is
because
there a certain size you think that would be more satisfactory?
don't know, 'cause
I
I
know,
just thought of
I know,
like-
right.
If it's 28
we have to
foot,
be able to see it
maybe
with our eyes.
half,
though, with
14 foot is still a big deal.
That's a
Right.
big piece, yeah.
Right,
Right.
14 feet is still a big deal.
Maybe you might.
Yeah, I
make a
can,
recommendation
yeah.
or, because I sensed, there was an article, the first restoration, there was an article in the newspaper, and people were ecstatic to have it come back. There's a lot of heart for this. I'm also thinking, about our budget, so it would be nice to be able to deliver on the heart and also still have something that, we can have
Yeah,
that
sure.
forward look for the artwork.
Right, yeah, and then in that case, if we shrunk it down, we could pick out a new frame for it too.
And we still see all the detail?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
It'd still be pretty big, I think, assuming
Yeah.
it would be.
14 feet is quite
It'll
large.
still be very grand, yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I like that idea too.
I can do some more research, I can make a suggestion for
So
next
Faith, we're in
time.
the same spot. We're trying to
Yes.
get the price down on both projects so
Yes.
that we can do both projects.
Right.
Well, we have such a limited budget.
Exactly.
Restoring things so we are where we are today
Yes,
just doesn't have the
exactly.
appeal of creating certain.
Well, the good news is once we restore these two, kudos to whoever did this art restoration and list and everything. I was reading
Maintenance.
this, the
Oh, yeah.
maintenance plan. Wow, this is amazing.
That is great.
Yeah, this is really amazing. And when you look at all of the art, those are the two things that really need to be done the most, right? Yeah.
So we will vote on both of these things in the next meeting, I guess, in the November meeting. We should have all of the
Right.
information.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'll definitely will.
Would you get pricing for a couple different sizes,
Yeah.
like maybe 14, 10?
Oh, good
8,
idea.
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, absolutely,
Oh, thank you
idea.
so much.
no problem.
May I ask a quick question? Did I hear you say, and I'm not sure I did, that part of the cost is transporting it and having to rent? Because the city has vehicles that are large size, and so in theory, they would be able to
Yeah,
transport.
That
if
would help lower,
If that could
for
also
sure.
help to lower the
Yeah.
overall cost.
Good,
So
thank
just
you.
to mention that.
definitely.
Thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome.
Okay,
This is exciting. And
Yeah.
then after we do this, they're the only things that are listed to where we really have to put some money out. Then we can, in the next, not next meeting, but maybe the next meeting, in January, maybe have a new one.
yes.
Yes. And have
Actually
some
spend some money.
And well, we'll be spending money on these two if we choose to do it.
Yeah, our budget comes in on the 1st of October.
Right, right.
Okay, we're going to move on to new business. And the first item of new business is to decide on our next permanent member of the board. And that is what we are voting on right now. You had mentioned that you thought it'd be nice if they both came up and just said a couple of words.
Oh, I thought, yeah,
Would you be
this is
willing to
probably
do
out of
that?
the blue,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. I know you've done this, in front of the whole city council and stuff, but if you just say a couple of things, it'd be helpful for us. Yeah.
I'm Erica Wilkins. I'm an Oldsmar City resident. I've been here 15 years, close to that. I help out with art type things. My son is in marching band at Eastlake High School, and I'm their photographer. And so I've done nature photography and whatnot on my own as well. So that's kind of my tie to art. I've been here through all of the meetings. I've done the art tour and pieces like that. So I would love to be a part of the board and help with moving art forward in the city.
Thank you.
I'm Wendy Stanziano. I'm the art teacher at Academy da Vinci Charter School in Dunedin, Charter School for the Arts. I've been there for as long as we've lived here, which is about 16 years. I don't know, what can I tell you? Let's see. I have been interested in art in the community. I think I mentioned at the city council meeting about taking my kids around and seeing the different sculptures and things. I'm interested in learning more about public art. That's not an area that I know a ton about. I do have art clubs at my school that we've done some mostly indoor, a little bit of outdoor murals on the school campus. So I'm interested in involving students and families. So that's probably more my area of expertise. So very similar to probably Judith's experience being an art teacher. So I'm happy to support the board, either up in that seat or sitting over here and filling in as needed. Really just looking to contribute and learn and, maybe add some ideas from a different angle.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Okay, thank you both. So now we vote.
I thought the city council was gonna do this. We can have
Yes, you
students.
should.
We have to
It's
do
no
it, yes,
fun.
yeah.
Oh, good. There could be a tie.
I know, I was just thinking that.
What do we do with that?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
We-
Okay, the board has recommended to the city council that Erica Wilkins move forward to the regular seat.
Okay,
That still means that Wendy gets to come up if we're not here and be our
An
alternate,
alternate,
right?
of course.
okay, congratulations. Do you want to join us up here, Erica? Okay. Next on the agenda is review of the draft for Art Month proclamation, which I believe you have in your notes, or,
Page 10.
yeah. Yes. And this is what the mayor, the city council is going to proclamate in October.
At the October 7th meeting?
Yes, I believe so.
So we should,
7th, yeah, it's the first meeting in October.
I
think
It's
it's
either the 6th or the 7th, I
it's
can't
the
remember what
7th.
the
Let me
Tuesday
check.
is.
And that, Joan, that's the one that it would be good for all of us to be at, right?
Yes,
October 7th.
7th, yes. I want to thank, I know both Kalinda and Michael sent me comments, and I tried to incorporate some of those and take out some of the fluff, and so it's always really helpful, because I have I don't have any ego invested when I send a draft out, so never fear that you're going to offend me in any way, shape, or
I was
form.
a little afraid because I was like, how about if we do this? How about if we do
Oh,
this?
no,
And
no,
you
no,
put
no.
my favorite word
I
in, so
like that.
that's
I
what I
did
wanted.
insert your word
Yes.
joy,
Yes.
as you probably saw. That was, and Michael really helped me to focus it more on Oldsmar than more general. I went through proclamations that other cities have done and some information and kind of pulled out things, and I honestly think this more directly talks about Oldsmar, so, there it is.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
It matches a lot of the language that we would see in proclamations in my city experience, so I think that's good.
I had a recommendation, and I didn't send it to you because I wasn't sure. I had a recommendation, and I didn't send it to you. It was my fault.
Oh, you didn't? I was going to say, I didn't get it.
One line, just one line. The fourth one for the academic,
Yes?
I had written it as, whereas student involvement and engagement in arts education enhances students' overall academic achievement.
Could you read that again?
Whereas student involvement and engagement in arts education enhances students' overall academic achievement.
I like that.
If you will you give that wording to Jen, and we'll make sure that that
little
gets
more
incorporated then.
The only thing about that is all of these begin, public art, the arts, art, the arts. And
Oh, yeah.
so switching that around,
Yeah.
if we can find a way, I think the important thing in what you said is that their participation,
Involvement, the word
their involvement. And
involvement,
so if we can figure out a way to get that into this sentence without making it a different kind of sentence than all the others. I learned that on Sesame Street, some of these things are not like the
I was just gonna say, look at the big brain on Barbara. Sesame Street rocks.
I think we can probably wordsmith it to achieve
So the
what
arts.
both of you want, as long as you have Erica's wording, Jen.
I think she's
And,
tweaking it
and,
right now.
and I think, yes, and having that sort of parallel structure is a good idea, yeah.
So can we just change it to like, the arts allow student involvement and engagement in arts education, which enhances students' overall academic achievement?
It's not that the arts
mouthful.
allow it.
Yeah.
It's that the arts improve, it kind of changes I don't know, because we should vote, we're going to need to vote on this tonight because it has to be ready
does
for
need to
October
go,
7th, so we got to get the wording down
Yes.
now.
Well,
Okay,
I
the
think if
arts
we
and
understand the thrust that you want for it, wordsmithing by committee is extremely difficult to do.
I don't think we wanna
So
have
I
it
would
too wordy
recommend-
either.
I understand what you're getting at, and I certainly understand what Barbara's point was, and if you can trust me to
Yes.
wordsmith it, I think we can go ahead and approve it.
Okay.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
have to be kind of like bullet points,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the mayor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
not get rambling on and,
Correct.
I just want to say, I love it. I underline vitality, identity, place and pride, economy and tourism, academic performance, transforms public spaces, inspires. joy, creativity and innovation. I mean, it's perfect in that way that it really tells the story.
I agree. So can I make a motion? Are we ready to make a motion?
I'll second that motion.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve the draft as is with the caveat that paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, that Joan is going to incorporate Erica's suggestion about adding involvement, or I think involvement's the main word that, I don't know, whatever.
They have it.
I got it. And so that it can be ready for the October 7th meeting.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved. All opposed?
Just a quick question, even though it's probably too late because we voted. The list of things that are going to be, are on page 11, is that included in our vote?
I think that's our next
The
item.
different item? Okay.
That comes up next, I believe, on our agenda, is
Okay.
number 8.
And I hope everybody comes to the October 7th meeting. You guys should come too.
Well, on that meeting, I believe the proclamation is going to be, and are you good?
Proclamation
And you're
and
gonna
the
present the
presentation,
maintenance.
hopefully, of the maintenance plan and the recommendation that you all have already made to decommission the water tanks at Mobley, that
tanks,
mural.
yes.
So all three of those things will be a part of that night. So yeah, it's really important that as many of you as who can attend, do attend, so. Will we also be able to put a sentence in that we're negotiating restorations on 2 projects, so it doesn't sound like the first thing we're doing is decommissioning something?
Good.
Is there any way that we can put in there? Absolutely. Okay, just so they know, because if they see, oh, this board's gonna get rid of all our art. So we're in negotiation for restoration on the 2 pieces that we're in negotiations for, and we'll have more information in a month or so. Yeah, okay, good.
Not only that,
We don't need residents coming after us with pitchforks.
We've already started the bronze.
We've already started. I've already done 2 of them.
Say that too.
Two done and 6 more to go.
Okay. So item number 9 in your pamphlet there.
Thank you, I just missed that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be 8?
8.
That's what I did. I
Oh,
went
8, yeah.
Straight from 7 to 9. It's 8. October's Art Month in Oldsmar.
Item 9 I have. October's art.
Oh, yeah, it says item 8.
Page 11? This one, okay?
Item 8, page
Oh,
11.
yeah, I'm just looking at, this is item 9.
Oh,
We're actually
on
gonna-
the thing, but this is,
It's in your packet.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're confusing.
So this is
confusing me.
exactly what has been
I'm lost,
proposed.
but I know
Item 9 on,
Confusion
we're on
is
number 8.
confusing me.
Says item 8 online.
If I can just kind of review what we talked about the last time, we talked about wanting to do October as Art Month. That's why we did the proclamation, and trying to kind of piece together as many things as we could quickly that relate to art. So these are some of the things, some of these things are things that were already planned, but they fall under that kind of umbrella of art things. And we can always expand on it, each year. So just to kind of, once this is approved, what I will have one of our graphic designers do is to make this look pretty and have a handout so that we'll have that, and we'll have a list of books at the library, like in the children's section, that relate to art and artists and these but it'll have a kind of a common theme and a look for Art Month. But the Community Art Project, the weaving, this is the 3 frames that have already been constructed at facilities, one for City Hall, one for the rec center, and one at the library. And we have all kinds of ribbon and yarn that people can just pick out of the thing and weave it together. I'll weave a few pieces so people get the drift, and we'll have a sign there that talks about how that, what and why we've chosen weaving as kind of representative of the community. They already do take and make crafts at the library, so I asked them to, kind of pump it up a little bit for October. Of course, we'll have the children's art exhibit, and Judith knows what a huge project that is. Last year, we had 1,000 pieces of art, 1,000. It was like wallpapering City Hall with art of children. It was magnificent. And that will open, actually opens the 30th of September, but it'll be up for the full month of October. Chalk the Parks is an event that Parks and Recreation does. They will do it on Saturday, October 18th, and it will be at City Hall. People will be able to come and pick up packets of colored chalk and then draw on the sidewalk and create artwork there. The library always hosts art exhibits as well, and they're doing an animal-themed art exhibit in October. They're going to do a featured book display as you come into the library in the adult section, and then the children's section will have its own. They're going to do a movie about the Van Goghs, Vincent and Theo, which will be a free movie that'll show in Tico Hall. There's always the Art with Friends that they do at the Senior Center. There's a Lego club where the kids build, with Legos, and then there's a drawing and cartooning class. For discussion, and the other thing, I'm sorry, and it's not on here, it should be, maybe I negotiated it after this was written up. The Saturday morning market on Saturday, October 18th, will offer a free space to any Oldsmar artist who wants to sell their wares at the Saturday markets. That was a really nice concession by the chamber runs that program. Kalinda had spoken with the chamber about their Oktoberfest program. The reason I put it down here, I'm not sure exactly what we would do, and I can't staff it that weekend. So it would be up to the board to figure out how you would want to use a space at Oktoberfest and what we would do with it, and then somebody would have to volunteer to actually staff it, so.
So what Mark offered, I have a question. When is the movie? The Vincent and
The movie is, I'll have to look up the date.
Theo? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so Mark said, absolutely, we can have a free space, we don't have to pay for anything, but they can't supply the tent, tables and stuff like that. So we have a free space, it's a 10 by 10, and I was thinking the same thing, a local artist, if we can offer it to a local artist to sell their art, at Oktoberfest would be awesome, but we'd have to do it pretty quick. Like,
That's the 22nd and 23rd, I believe,
Is
or
it?
the date. I think
Is it?
that's whatever
22nd
that-
and
yeah.
23rd. So I don't, other than Lena and Gus, they live in Oldsmar. I know Amelia Knapp, I think she lives in Oldsmar. You'd want a resident of Oldsmar.
Yes.
How about the art teachers? Like, who could we offer it to that know the local artists? Do you know any local artists that would be interested in a free spot?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
I had to think about it.
What about some of the ladies that are exposing right now in the City Hall?
None of that group are Oldsmar residents.
Oh, none of them are.
None from that group are Oldsmar residents. Now, that doesn't mean I'd have to go back and look over some of the, lists of artists who have had their work at the gallery, and I really am not sure. I've had a terrible time trying to put together a list of Oldsmar resident artists. You put it out through all your social media and ask for people, contact me if you're, and you usually don't get much of a response. But I know they're here. I know, for example, that the artist who did the two sculptures that are in the library in that little garden room lives in Oldsmar. Her Candy Rush, I believe, is her name, and she lists an Oldsmar address on her website. So but she has stone sculptures, so
Yeah,
I'm not
those-
sure that she'd want to haul those over to Tampa Bay down.
Wendy, do you know any local artists that might be interested in a free spot?
I don't know that they would be residents of Oldsmar if I did know
Right.
anybody.
I can check with Amelia, because, the Knapp family. I mean, Andrew Knapp's on the council, and if they go back, to, I don't know, 4 generations from the beginning of Oldsmar. I know Amelia did the artwork at the fire station. That.
Is this Andrew's mother?
And, no, that's Pat. Andrew's, is it Andrew's sister? They got such a big family. I don't know. I can't keep track of who's related, but yeah, Amelia did the fire station. So I could reach out to Andrew to reach out to Amelia.
Could we put something on the website for people to express? And well, first off, I think we have to make sure that people on the board will be there on that day, right? No, but.
I can't be
but,
there that
yeah.
day, but.
And then if the board is going to be there to support, because I don't think you can just tell an artist to show up and not have any support, but maybe you can, I don't know. But could we put something on the website and if people had an interest? Because I always get very uncomfortable when a body of people decide on one person, sort of without letting other people participate.
Well, that's a good idea to see if we get interest, but then if we don't get interest within a couple, I mean, since it's coming up.
We could probably do something in an e-blast, that on our social media, say, if you are an Oldsmar-based artist and you are interested in exhibiting, because they're going to have to get the information about how they have to provide their own tent, they have to provide all their, it
Right.
might be just a bridge too far for this year,
Yeah.
and maybe we postpone it until next year.
That's possible too.
That might be
Yeah.
the logical
Well, we can
thing to do.
try.
We can try.
Now, is there any chance we can get in touch with Lena? And she's got to know some artists here in Oldsmar.
Well, Gus and Lena, I'm not even sure they're in country right now. They were taking off for Florence, so to do
Did they
some.
get a commission there?
They've been engaged by the city of Florence, of all the wonderful things. To consult, because, most of the artwork in Florence, in the heart of town, is very traditional and wonderful. But as the city grows out, like most cities do, and people want different kinds of things. And so they've been engaged to help with that process of spreading art to the environs of Florence.
Wow.
What a dream
It's a
job.
terrible job, a terrible job for an artist, yeah. So they're gonna be kind of back and forth. So I think they might have even given up their space over here off of Bayview. I'm not certain about that, but they were.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's a very exciting opportunity.
And an Oldsmar artist is like, so
yes.
cool.
But, I'll try and reach out to her and see, if they're there, I'll certainly ask.
You have her email? And
Yeah, oh, yeah, I've got all her contact information, yeah.
Another option for the Oktoberfest weekend is reaching out to the high school, Eastlake, and getting in touch with the art teachers and seeing if they have like the National Honor Society, and if they have any students who may want to showcase their art, see if they would be interested in taking that spot as well. And because a lot of times high school students are looking for a chance to,
That's a great
showcase
idea.
That's a very good
Great to
idea.
put on your application.
Oh yeah,
right?
like if they want to go on to art later, like at the secondary, like at the post-secondary level, that might be something they want to look
Do
into.
you have any contacts there?
I know the art. I kind of know the name of the art teacher that's there. I mean, you can look on Eastlake and see who it is, but
I
on their
can
website.
reach out to
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably know.
Miss Bird and Guidance.
Yeah.
She's in the arts with being in the band, so
There's
I
a
could
couple
get.
art teachers. I think they have more than one. They have a few of them. So if you look on the school's website, it probably says all of the different ones. Because most high schools in Pinellas County have a handful of art teachers.
Well, we have two locations, right? We
Yeah.
have Oktoberfest and we have the location at
The Saturday market.
Jonathan Ogle over at the Board of Education runs their art program, their visual art.
Jonathan Ogle, yeah.
He would grab this and be on fire and find art teachers and help. He would just move this forward really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And so,
But then how do we say just Oldsmar people?
You
At
just
that
tell
point,
them.
you just,
he's so cooperative. He will, you just tell him, this is,
poor students that want to do it, and if they don't live in Oldsmar, they're gonna not be.
well, if they go to Eastlake High School, don't we have to?
I would say open it to anybody that
Eastlake
goes to
and
Eastlake.
Countryside, and actually, there's also a high school that has exhibited here before, Enterprise. It's a school for, I think, potential dropouts, but they have a wonderful art program. And they've all exhibited here. The person who's the main art teacher at Countryside High School, her brother actually works in Parks and Recreation here in Oldsmar. I think they live in Oldsmar. So I don't think we necessarily, if we're going to involve high school students, since they cross over all these different lines and they all go to different places, I don't know that we'd have to make it Oldsmar artists
and
per
then
se.
maybe
That,
just
we did
limit
say
them to
that
so
for the
many
Chamber
pieces.
Saturday Market.
Right, and limit them to so many pieces per school, because it's a 10 by 10 booth. So it's not like they're gonna be able to put a bunch up.
And they would have to be responsible for the infrastructure and everything like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So you're gonna reach out.
I can, get the information from Ms. Burt
Awesome,
at the high
okay.
school.
Okay. And we have the 2 locations, so. So are there any other ideas that we need to discuss for this? We're all good with this? Yep. Okay, so we'll just, you'll reach back to us on the East Lake High School.
Yeah, if I
Okay.
get them this evening, I'll pass them along.
Okay.
If not, then I can.
And you're going to try to get in
email
touch
you.
with Lena? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And then if anybody else has any other ideas for artists, local artists?
I can reach out to Amelia.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to item number 9 on the agenda.
Before we move on, thank you, Markel and the Chamber of Commerce for offering that to us, because they usually get rent, they have to pay insurance. I mean, there's a lot that goes into being able to be a vendor at these events, and for them to give it to us for free is an honor. It's
Yeah.
really nice that they do that. So thank you, Mark and the Chamber.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, item number 9 is to review the draft of the maintenance plan. And just to start this thing, I think we need to commend Joan on all the work she's put into this.
Oh, man, yes, it's beautiful.
This is amazing. I think city council and the manager of the city, they're going to be very pleased with this.
I love, this is excellent.
Yeah.
It is, it's
And
beautiful.
it covers all angles too, existing, new art, everything, so it's
And I
fabulous.
told Noelle that her art was on the front page, so she wants a picture of it, and I wrote all over the back. Need a cleaner one.
I did have a couple questions. On the protocols, is that list of bullet points something the city does, or would we have to hire somebody to do that?
For which part of it?
Page 13, protocols.
Okay, yes.
So
The
is-
monthly inspections would be, what the idea was there on the first item is, we have park staff that go to each of the places where these pieces are, and as part of their regular maintenance is to look at it and blow off the dust or dirt and do a visual inspection, check for any damage, and report it and just clean it off. The annual cleaning would be done, I spoke, before I even put pen to paper, I spoke with the Parks and Rec director and said, I don't want to commit you to anything that you can't follow through on. Here are the things I'm thinking about. And he said, that seems very reasonable. And even after this year, after we go through one cycle with all of the statues, they'll be able to do the annual coating with the wax. Yeah, I'm gonna spend time showing them how to do it. That's why I'm doing it right now, and praying for cooler weather because it's really hot. But, and then each year I would also kind of go once a year and visit every site and make sure that there isn't anything, more extensive that has to be done. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's excellent. I have more questions, though, if anybody else. Go for it.
If we're in protocols, if I may, under maintenance plans for new works.
Yes.
I would just advise under the first bullet, and potential update, saying artists shall be encouraged to commission sustainable artwork.
She'll be encouraged to
Oh,
develop
that's good.
sustainable artwork?
Shall be encouraged to commission sustainable, or artists shall be encouraged to develop sustainable artwork, rather than locking yourself in to artists shall be commissioned to develop.
Okay, I see
You
what you're saying, yeah,
encourage them to,
Yeah.
because not every project might be a good fit for that.
good point, okay.
All right.
That's excellent. Where we say artists shall provide a maintenance plan,
Artists shall be encouraged to develop, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Is that second bullet relevant to temporary art or permanent art or both?
The second
Second
item
bullet,
under art,
artists
under
shall provide a
maintenance plans.
maintenance plan.
Artists shall provide a maintenance plan as part of their proposal. Actually, we've written that into the contract for
Yeah.
most of the pieces of public art that we've done. These plans shall include documentation of what materials they use so that we know how to fabricate the art. Like, for example, Gus and Lena gave us the paint numbers that they used, so we can do that. And a reasonable annual budget for maintenance, I think that that's a reasonable thing to, Chris, you had a lot of
I agree,
experience in-
yeah. I think, this bullet number 2 would be in reference to permanent commissioned work.
Yes.
And then as part of a lease agreement for temporary work, they would include temporary maintenance if necessary. When we did Sculpture 360 in Clearwater, they
Right.
would include something like, if it gets dirty,
Yeah.
do this, or, and a lot of times, by the time the maintenance would be coming due for taking care of it, the piece would be going back
Going
home.
back to the artist, yeah.
So, yeah, because what I've noticed since I've been in this position is that we push the temporary into permanent or semi-permanent. The ones we decommissioned, I think they were there for 20 years. So we may want to carve out murals, we may want to carve out things that are painted. Because a mural is 3 to 5 years. Often they last longer, and maybe but at some point you tip over from maintaining it to saying we need to replace it, and generally, 3 to 5 years, you paint over it, you get a new artist to do a new mural. Even though they're often beloved, but they're not made to last much longer than
But I
Well,
think,
ours has lasted 9 years so far, and it still looks good.
but I think asking the artists for what they project as a lifespan also kind of sets the parameters and sets in the mind of, even though some people will think it's going to have to last forever, you can always go back and say, well, when we commissioned this, or when we purchased this, this is how long they said it would last. And aren't we lucky that it lasted a few years longer? But, it kind of gives us the option or
Yeah.
the flexibility to say, it's time to
Yeah,
say goodnight to this piece.
yeah, I
Right,
think that's
yeah,
really
That's
important.
true. And it really does have a lot to do with the sealer. You buy the right, the sealer that lasts 10 to 15 years costs twice as much as the sealer that doesn't. So it's worth getting the one that makes it last 10 to 15 years.
I did have a question for you, Linda, and that is on when was the sealant, was it 2016? Is that the, did
yeah,
I
we-
put the right year on there? Because I couldn't find any record of when you actually sealed
I can
at
go-
RE Olds.
I can go through, it was the very last portion, and so we did the mural in 2016, so I can't remember if it was the end of 2016 or the beginning of 2017, but it was either in 2016 or 2017, because we painted it in the year of 2016.
Okay,
So
so that's
either 2016 or 2017 is when we did the
seal.
sealer.
Okay.
And we used top of the line, the best paint on the market from Sherwin-Williams, anti-graffiti, everything, and it's still shiny,
Okay.
Any other observations, comments?
Sorry, another question. So let's say we say temporary, it's up to 5 years, and it doesn't, and the artist says 5 years, and then it doesn't last 5 years? Do we have any, in our contracts, do we address that? Because if
Good question.
an artist is making a commitment for how long it's going to last, and then it doesn't last that long, I think
I
we
mean,
Well, we do say estimated lifespan.
Yeah, this is not written in
So maybe
stone.
that gives us the fudge factor.
All right, thank you.
you know, they could warrant their workship on the initial install. It's difficult, especially in our climate, to warrant something if it could be hurricane damaged or sign.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true. Yeah.
Okay. Any other observations?
I have a question. When you're on the third one of the,
Well, I'll be starting that one, yeah.
Is
They're
there-
finished two.
is there any way that you can email us on days that you're gonna do it? If we have the day off, can we come help? Do you
Oh,
want some help?
absolutely, you can help. It's just kind of catch. It depends on the weather. It depends on what meetings I have that day. That's why I haven't, because it's a last minute thing, but I love company.
Yeah, if you can
I
shoot
love
us an
help.
email, and if, like, I'm
Sure.
retired. You're retired, right, Michael? Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I can
We might be able
certainly
to
do
come
that.
help you.
Oh,
I'd love
absolutely.
to.
All right. Yeah, and I have to wait until, because they have to unbolt it, bring it over,
Yeah,
haul it
yeah.
over to the service center. So once I know when the next one is coming in, I think they're gonna get it next week. So, I'll let you know when I'm gonna
So
be.
which of the ones have you done already?
I've done the little girl with the birdhouse there. That one is done.
Number
And-
13?
And, yeah, number 17 and number 14, the bench that's from the front of Bicentennial Park.
Okay, so 17
17 and 14 have been finished.
and 14.
I was really happy when I went over there about a week ago, one of those rainy days, and after, you apply this wax sealant, and everything was just beaded up perfectly. I was like, yes, this is what it's supposed to be doing,
That's
so.
awesome.
Have a before and after picture you can send us?
I should have done that. And you're not the first person who has said that, but I will do it on the next one.
Yeah, that's-
So
Are
the
these
next
the
one-
before, though, in here?
What that, I'm
Aren't
sorry.
these the before pictures?
These are all before pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just grab a after picture.
Yep, I'll do that.
So the next one you're gonna work on is 13?
That, is the next one number 13? Is that what you asked?
So what is the next one you're gonna work on?
I don't know. It
Oh, you
depends
don't know.
upon, I'm doing it based on, Parks and Rec had put together a priority list of which statues.
Gotcha.
So I'm just kind of doing them in the order, the first priority, second priority, third priority, so.
And the ones you finished are already back in their location?
The little girl has not been installed yet because they have to install a base at Sheffield Park because that
Oh,
was
that's
the
right, yeah.
recommendation.
Right.
So that hasn't gone in yet. And I'm not sure if it hadn't been returned last Thursday. I wasn't over there today to know whether they've returned the other one, so. But soon, I'm sure, because I'm sure they get people saying, what happened to our statue at the
Yeah,
front
yeah.
of Bicentennial? So,
And when we do number 18, it'd be a good thing to do to let Jerry and Wanda know that we're taking it.
Oh, yes.
And then have them be there when we reinstall it, because if y'all don't know, this is in honor of their granddaughter that was killed. And it's right in front of, like, one house away from where they live, so they see it when they're in their front yard. So if it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
we'll
someone's
hear
gonna
about it
be-
real
We're
quickly.
gonna hear about it real quick, so.
yeah.
Let them know ahead of time, that's next, that's what we're doing, and have them there and honor them with pictures with Ashley.
Actually, it's a really good best practice to put up a little sign that says, this is,
I think you do that, don't you?
Oh, we did, at Bicentennial, yes, I told the parks director, unless he wanted to have a whole lot of calls saying, what happened, did somebody steal it, that it would be a good idea to put that sign up.
And that won't stop Jerry Beaverland from calling.
No. That is true, that is true.
Okay, so with those minor adjustments, we're good to go on this maintenance plan?
Okay, good text. Somebody want to make a motion? Do we need a motion? Do we need
I
to vote on this?
don't know, do we need a motion on this one?
No? No? No motion?
so,
Okay,
no.
cool.
Okay, that's really well done, that maintenance plan. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, the next three items, 10, 11, 12, okay, take us back to funding. And what I'm kind of looking for here, one, we can only have one person dedicated to this because of the sunshine laws. So we can't have two that are exchanging ideas, that aren't up here at the board. And we have so much expertise in a lot of these areas and on the board that I'm hoping that one of the people that has a tremendous amount of expertise in, in either public funding or community funding strategies or leasing strategies, would come forward and say, hey, listen, I'll take a lead on this. We're not expecting anybody to do the actual funding. What we'd like is just someone to put together the strategies as to what we can, start considering from a board level. So based on that, number 10, who would like to possibly take a lead on the public funding opportunities?
I can't.
Nobody likes it.
No,
Yeah.
I would be inappropriate for me too.
Anybody else would like to take that on? All right, well, let's leave that one then for now. What about community funding strategies?
These are tough jobs.
I know they're tough, but we're just looking for,
So what's the difference between community and public?
a community is local.
Community would be like corporations and, right? Because public funding would be going to other governments, like
Yeah.
Creative Pinellas just lost their money.
Yeah.
That's like almost an impossible job right there, number 10, because they're cutting art all over the place. Community funding would be individuals, that have means in the community that would possibly donate to us, and businesses that might donate to us.
Yeah. Well, I'm already tackling that.
You are, okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'm but I don't see that as a community funding. I'm taking on, corporations and private
They're in the
individuals.
community.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more of, someone that has expertise in developing these community functions.
Oh, I don't have that expertise. Does anybody else have that expertise? I don't.
Yeah.
So
You
I
men-
think
You
like-
mentioned that you had some expertise in that area, or some experience in that area, doing community-type functions, or putting together those.
At my school, yes.
That's not asking for money, right?
Yeah.
That's putting the function on.
Yeah.
Right. I put up a big art show every year. We do get community sponsors, but that's me calling or emailing businesses asking.
That's what you're doing. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
basically
But what I mean is putting together the strategies again. We're not talking about actually having to go out and do the funding. That's
Right.
probably
But
good.
that, to me,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm not understanding it right, but to me, that's exactly what you're doing. You're asking the community for a funding source
I'm asking individual corporations
Yeah.
and individual people.
in the community.
Yeah, but not on the community basis. I'm talking more about putting together things.
Like, what would be an example? I don't know what you're, I don't know.
Well, for example, I was thinking that maybe in the, either in the October thing we have that table, maybe putting something there that would be addressing the community in large that comes there in terms of helping us with the funding.
Like a donation jar, or like a silent auction,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
With 10 by 10 table, that would take the whole table, probably. I see what you mean, okay. You were gonna say something, Barbara?
No, I'm gonna pass on saying something, but thank you.
Would public funding be like looking for grants and things like that?
That's-
Is that what that is?
That's public funding.
Okay, like from either nonprofit organizations or government organizations, or just any kind
Federal,
of
state,
thing that has
local.
like a thing you can apply for, like that kind of funding?
Yes, that's what public funding is.
Okay, and all this would be like researching and finding those options and bringing those options back to the board.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Is
which
what we're
are the
talking
most
about.
viable.
Like just doing the research on,
Yes.
like, and saying, here are all the things that I found, kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about doing?
Do we have a volunteer?
I can do the public funding one. That's just a
All
group
right.
research. I can do
Yes.
that. Yes, I'll
Okay.
take that one.
Yes,
Very
thank you. And I just kind of think you're already doing the number 11, Michael. I don't know, what do you think, Christopher?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, we've been in government and we know what we're talking about in some areas like this, and I don't know what else community could be except actually us doing like silent auctions or raffles or stuff like that to make
Yeah,
money.
that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which
I mean, it's a lot of work for
somebody,
minimal.
yeah, for
pay.
minimal money,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, with grant funding, with corporate sponsorship, with donation from wealthy individuals, those will fund programs.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, it's like having a car wash. I mean, really, we're all gonna get out there and wash cars for $1. I don't know what a car wash costs these days, but.
$11.
Oh, is it $11? I guess we could wash a lot of cars. So, I don't know, I kind of think you're doing that one.
Okay,
Are you looking for more like a messaging strategy about how to talk to the community about contributing?
yes, exactly. Yes.
So,
Yeah, because, you know, I'm gonna go after the private and the corporate donors.
Right.
Okay? And that's either gonna be on an individual basis, or individual company, or an individual donor, or possibly a group of businesses, like dentists in Oldsmar, you know? Put something together like that. But I don't call that a community. I call that, you know, that's kind of an individual approach. So that's kind of the distinction that I made between that.
Right, I got you.
communities.
I understand now. I just wasn't sure.
And then the final one is leasing strategies.
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay,
All right,
Christopher!
Yay.
Woo, woo, woo.
That's perfect. So Christopher.
Yeah, you are definitely the best person for that. You got a lot of experience in that. Yay, Christopher!
Excellent. And then, do we need to make a motion on those? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Official
you
action,
just-
so.
Because it's not like a subcommittee or anything. It's just,
Yeah.
they have graciously volunteered to do a hard job.
Okay, number 13 is a discussion of board meeting time. I think we're going to try to stick to Thursdays. I'm somewhat limited. I can't do anything less than 5:15.
What do you mean, less than five?
Well, we're doing 6 now,
Earlier.
earlier than,
Oh, oh.
yeah, earlier.
Yeah, a lot of people work, so.
Yeah, can we do 6:30, or does it need to be on the top of the hour?
So, yeah, 6:30.
I'm
would
good
be
with
better
6 or
for me.
6:30. I think it's up to the people that work that need to chime in on this, right? Because we're
Yeah.
tired.
6 is good for me. I don't know
What
the
about
people that
y'all?
work, yeah.
6 is good, yeah.
I say
How
I
about you,
can do
Chris?
6, but I think 6:30 might be a little bit better.
Have 6:30?
Yeah.
It's easier for me for 6:30.
6:30.
So we got two
yeah.
6:30 workers. Have, Barbara, are you retired? Do you work?
I'm neutral about whether it's at 6 or
Okay.
6:30.
I
Erica?
work from home, so.
So we got 2 workers at 6:30 and 1 at 6, so why don't we do 6:30? Is that good? Is everybody okay
Is
with
everybody
that?
okay with getting home at 8:30 sometimes?
Once every other month,
Yeah,
right?
because you'd rather have 6:30, right?
6:30 is
Because
better
you
for
drive
me.
a long way, don't you?
Not anymore, but yeah, you know, it gives me, because I'm working on California time.
Oh,
So
yeah, so you're
it
3
gives me
hours
a little bit
before.
more flexibility.
And the traffic will be better, because to get here, if we
Yeah.
don't live here, which I don't, it's rush hour. 6:30 would be nicer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny, are you okay with 6:30?
Oh, yeah.
Up to you.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Joan?
It's up to you. I prefer, I have a 45-minute drive home, so that, you know, the earlier is better for me, but that should not drive your decision.
How about you, Wendy?
I live 5 minutes away.
Oh, you're good either way.
Either way.
All right, so how many 6:30s do we have?
I'm neutral.
I'm neutral.
Did you want?
I'm neutral, so I don't think I should have a vote.
I'm not going to revolt if it stays at 6.
I'm-
I'll say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so now we've got 2 6:30s and 2 6s.
Yeah.
So we
I'm-
need a
I'm a
tiebreaker.
six.
You have a coin?
I got a coin. Do we want to flip a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Oh, this will be fun. Look at this
Let
art,
Let
look
the
at,
notes reflect.
let this art task, look at this art task
You
force.
actually
They're-
have a
they're
coin?
Gambling.
They're flipping a coin to figure something out. Okay. Heads, 6, tails, 6:30.
Right.
All right? Now watch me drop it.
Heads.
What did I say?
6 o'clock.
Said head
Good.
6,
Head
tail
six,
6:30.
tail
Okay, sorry, 6:30, folks.
All right, so
6 o'clock.
6 PM it is.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Beauty of the
That was
random,
easy.
right?
Okay, I've been on boards for like, I don't know, 10 years, and that's the first coin flip we've ever done.
Okay, just want to make sure it was 6.
So it's gonna stay at 6.
Okay.
So it stays at 6, yeah. And the next one is going to be on November 20th.
11:20. Awesome.
Is that Thursday?
And that's before Thanksgiving. That's good. Yeah. Is everybody good with that? I am. Okay.
Okay. Do we have any other board comments before we
Oh.
adjourn?
I would just encourage, if the community has an interest, there is a budget meeting for the Board of County Commissioners on the 18th. So if you have an interest in speaking at it, it is on the 18th at 6 o'clock, I believe.
Have they already defunded Creative
There
Pinellas?
is one more meeting for the budget. So that's on the 18th.
And it could be, I heard it was defunded. I heard they voted not to fund it. Is that?
It's
They have to have
really,
another vote.
it's fairly complicated. What they specifically voted for is to take the $156,000 that Creative Pinellas gets specifically from the general fund and remove it from Creative Pinellas' budget. That was voted on, and so that is, so it's pretty much there. The other items about defunding have been under discussion. The reason they voted on the $156,000 is it drives the millage, and they have some legal requirements about when they need to publicize the millage. So it's a kind of gray area at this particular point, which I think suggests that anybody who feels like they want to go in and speak in favor of continuing to fund Creative Pinellas, then they would.
I heard there was 100 people that spoke in favor of keeping it, and they still do. That's what I heard. I could be wrong.
No, there was probably closer to 200 people there, and I'm guessing about 30 people spoke. I didn't count how many people spoke.
Sad.
You know, let's put it this way. Have you ever been in a situation where if you're so certain about something and something else happens and you still hang on to that certainty in the moment, but then you go to drive away or you go to sleep or something and suddenly your mind starts, so maybe they're in that kind of place where after they had time to think about how many people came and spoke or stood up in support, maybe they're reconsidering some. I don't know.
When is the meeting?
September the 18th at 6 o'clock PM.
Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I was wondering if you would like to give our new leaders or future leaders another opportunity to comment on anything they
Yes,
heard
yes,
today?
yes. I just wanted to reach out to you to see what you thought of the first meeting. Hopefully you learned something back and forth. Yes, please.
Come up, so we can hear you, so it's on tape. Come on. Come on up. You are Gabrielle, right? Gabrielle? Gabrielle.
I want to comment when you guys were talking about the Saturday stuff that you do.
Oh,
in
the Saturday
city.
market.
I go to Eastlake High School, and I know a lot of people who are involved in the arts that I can talk to if they'd be interested.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. So we have both the Oktoberfest, we have a table there, as well as a table
Saturday morning.
on the Saturday morning. So we
Yeah.
have two opportunities there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And free.
Yeah.
That's
and
good
free.
for high
Yeah,
school students.
Yeah.
So is the Saturday one limited to Oldsmar only, or will they make an exception for the high school?
I think
I
we'll
think
make
they're
an
both
exception.
limited.
Honestly, I don't think anybody is going to be taking attendance at the event. To tell you the truth.
Bring your driver's license and show where you live.
I think
right?
when we were talking about professional artists, there was a good reason to say they had to be Oldsmar residents. But when you start talking about the school system and involving kids, that kind of goes out the window.
Right.
Right, yes.
Thank you, Gabrielle.
Thank you, yeah. Any other observations? Yeah, good. Well, we hope you come back
Yes,
and see us again. Yes.
thank you for stepping up for your community.
Yeah.
Do you, all three live in Oldsmar? Do you? Awesome, awesome. And do you all go to Eastlake High School?
Yeah.
You are Riley, Gavin? Gavin?
Gavin, yes.
You go to Clearwater?
Yeah, I go to Clearwater High School.
Okay.
I
Well,
believe we
were-
have maybe another person over here? No?
He's kind of questioning it.
Oh, okay.
We're friends with Katie, she goes to our church.
Okay.
And so his mom got brought it up, and so I said, well, come on, don't hurt, it's time of meeting, it's open to the public, let's go see what's going on. But
Yeah.
I think we kind of missed the bulk of it.
Yeah. But is he part of the leader program?
No, he was, his mom was just telling him about it, she'd been talking to Katie, and was telling him about that, there was some sort of thing, we just read it on the window down there, what it was. We didn't know what it was.
And what's your name? Devin,
Devin.
welcome.
Yeah. Yes.
So the Saturday market, is that for students to sell their artwork or just display the artwork?
I say sell.
And then the
Sell.
Oktoberfest is
Sell.
They can sell as well.
They can sell it as well.
sell or?
Both
display?
are selling
Okay.
opportunities, yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're all set. Anything else?
Good job, Michael.
Yeah,
You're
all right.
good at this.
Another one.
Oh,
Down the best.
oh, yay.
A lot of good points tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
I absolutely love this. I wish I had one that didn't have, Joan, do you have any of these pages without the writing on the back? Like a,
Oh, that's on one side?